I signed a deal with QPR Rangers because there was a clause that you have to play 75% of your national team matches for any foreign player to go to England Championship, and your country has to be 70 or above in world rankings. The first one I qualified because I was playing regularly for my nation, and the second one I didn't, and we appealed. And I think out of 6 judges, the majority had to say yes, and 3 of them said yes, 3 of them said no. I really got sad because I think one of the feeling was I did whatever I could, but I still couldn't get the work permit. The timing at that moment I thought was one of the worst timings ever. Do not worry what's not in your hand. थोड़ा दुख लगेगा, थोड़ा रोना आएगा, रो लीजिए. Get up the next day, go to training, because not every day is going to be good. For sure, in general, things are not going to go your way. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, especially sports people, especially footballers, not everything is going to go your way. Keep going.
I see my country trying to do well in all the sports.
Absolutely.
As simple as that. We are 1.3 billion people. We have 99 problems, but having people to play different sports is not one of them. At the end of the day, as fans, if Virat does well, if I do well, if Sania does well, if Saina does well, if Leander does well, you'll be happy.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't see and say, you know what, okay, he should do well and he shouldn't do well. They're all wearing blue jerseys.
Absolutely.
We're all trying to do good for our nation and for the clubs, whichever clubs we are playing. So sports in general should do well in our country.
You think it's more talent or more hard work? Or do you think it's a combination of both?
Which is in your hand? Imagine this. There's talent and hard work. What's in your hand?
The hard work.
Simple.
Yeah.
Thing that is not in your hand, don't stress about it. We have a saying in football, if you have a talented boy who doesn't want to work hard, and if you're a hardworking boy with zero talent, you choose the hardworking boy. Because you know when the fight comes, the guy's going to fight for you 90 minutes. This guy might say, you know what, I'm talented, I won't fight.
My mom was the catalyst. She's the one who gave us the right path. One magical stuff that my mom used to say was, don't stress, give your best, that's really fine. And she used to say in a very Nepali, we speak Nepali in home, in a very Nepali cool way. She always told me, just give your best, relax, and then afterwards, it's all right. Because that's all is in your hand. And now I read the same thing by some great people and great philosophers. I thought my mom was one of them. That time I didn't know. So at that time, we never thought that it was so profound. But now, when you pick up any other top books and all these things are written over there, just now when I meet kids, when I go to school, and I always tell them, just give your best. Because that's all is what is in your hand. The rest, everything else is not. The teacher not being in a good mood and giving a B+ is not in your hand. But you giving your paper best, you studying at the best of your capability is. Just relax and be that.
When I was young, my father was in army. So we had very limited budget. So I used to stitch my shoes and play with the same shoes. So when I was growing up, I couldn't afford shoes and I had to stitch my shoes every time to play. Now, for the last 9 years, I'm Nike sponsored. I get every boot that I want. I have 30 boots every time they send me. But today, I can afford it.
I saw one of the Instagram posts that you had posted where you talked about how you still beat some of your young team members in the preparations and tests. What's driving you?
The biggest motivation is I love sports. And the highest level that I can play in football is this. And if I don't do the things to take care of my body, I will not be a part of this. So I think the feeling that this is going to end soon and there'll come a time where I won't be able to compete really drives me. So my life is very, very boring and monotonous. But to reach where I've reached and to do it every day, that monotonous life is important. That's the only way. When I say monotonous, I eat the same thing, I sleep at the same time, I take my nap at the same time. What I do in a day, and I say, come on, Kunal, join me. You will do it for one day.
Not even that, but sure.
But I do it every day.